So I've talked about that it works on point to point, point to multipoint. And the beautiful part is that if you look at my radio here, so there are two ports coming out of it. Inshallah, in 1 month time, we will have its next generation, which will have three ports coming out of it. So right now, we have an Ethernet port uh, up to 2.5 gigabits per second, which comes out of it, and it is a PoE enabled. So you power your radio through the same cable that provides the data. So you don't need any extra power cable on it. But the next generation that is coming up within 1 month, it will also have a fiber interface. So you can actually directly take a fiber interface out of the radio and then connect it to your network switch immediately. So you got to consider it as a layer 2 device, layer 2 bridge. It does all the Q and Q, the VLAN translations, VLAN mapping, VLAN, Q and Q, VLAN over a Q, over a VLAN if you want to pack it depending on your network requirements. So right now it's PoE, and if you see this another port, there is another port. So that is a PoE out. So let's say that you are in a place that you want to have an active repeater, or you connected one link to one of the banks, and then from there you want to, or one of the towers, and then you want to relay it to another. So you can straight away take the cable out of the radio, connect it to the another radio, and you can extend your connectivity seamlessly. So you don't have to put another power, another switch in between to create a repeater site at all. So it's a very natural way of growing your network. As you install one subscriber, second subscriber, from there you can actually start repeating the signals to the next ones. And the best use case for that is where you don't have line of sight, or the distances are very long beyond 10 kilometers. You can use this feature. So talking about that, I wanted to come to some of the case studies that we've done. So, this technology, you consider it like a wireless cable from your tower to anywhere. Now, on this wireless cable, if you want to have CCTV connectivity, you want to have smart applications, you want to run cloud services, you want to run VoIP, you want to run data, internet, just think about any application and it can be run on this network. You want to backhaul, let's say, a 4G site, a 3G site, you can do it. So we are giving you a wireless like a fiber, wireless which operates like a fiber kind of a network that you spread signals, connect a radio, and connect your devices immediately. So we are not talking about it on the papers. This technology is tried and tested. We already are working with Zain in Saudi Arabia. We have the contract, it's not mentioned here. We have a running contract with STC. We are working with Salam. We have installations in Aramco. We have our contract with Go. Tawal, which is the biggest telecom infrastructure in terms of towers in Saudi Arabia. That is our partner, and they are also using our technology. We have done a network project for Sadaya, which was in Haram, like Haram Sharif, the Kaaba. Around it, the CCTV network, we built it using our technology, and also Neom for their offices, their what you call clients, factories, different kind of organizations, because there's no fiber infrastructure there. So they are all using our technology to get the connections. So just to give you a couple of flavors of our projects that we've done. So this is one project with in Kairawan for Zain in STC. So this is specifically used for home broadband connectivity. So we have one POP. After that POP, we have this whole green area is covered with through our signals, because this is probably, if you look at it from here to here, we're looking at 1 kilometer maximum. So we have our POPs, which are giving us 360-degree coverage around it. And as you go, you can start installing our CPE on the different houses, and we are extending 200 Mbps, sorry, 300 Mbps and 500 Mbps per home using our network. And then just to have more redundancy and reliability, these all radios, they are working with each other in a mesh kind of a way. So they, in case as a redundant path, so in case the direct line of sight interrupted, it can get connectivity from the neighboring site as well. Then we have enough capacity to provide that coverage there. Just the same network in a more elaborate way with our air fiber technology. And as you can see, even on the tower, this is a cost for any telco, that how to hire or rent a space on the tower, because it costs you depending on the size of the antenna. So these ones, if you can see, these are, I believe, the 4G sector controllers. Then we have some 5G sector controllers, microwave dishes, and a very small guy up here is our radio, which can do a point to multi-point and giving you 3 gigabits per second. I have some radios pictures that I can show, that in order to get the similar capacity on a K band, which is 7 gigahertz to 23 gigahertz, you need two radios mounted onto OTN, which is connected to a multi-band antenna. So you need to use XPEG plus 2 plus 0 to reach the capacity that we do. Plus those links are paid services. And this is how the CPE looks on this subscriber house. Some of the results, the same houses that I showed you before on Zen, they were using 5G routers for their home broadband connectivity. They were getting like, if they were doing the testing, they were getting 181 Mbps capacity. Downlink 6.54 on uplink. 31 milliseconds was their latency, and they had around 7 milliseconds of jitter. Once they moved to us, our air fiber technology, their latency from 31 dropped to 3 milliseconds. And this 3 milliseconds is not tower to home. This is from home to tower and then to the speed test server within Zain network. So the overall round trip to that was 3 milliseconds. There was no jitters at all. And the capacity differences you can see, rather than 181, it reached to 893. Rather than 6 Mbps, it went to 261 Mbps. Similarly, we did some more tests. This specific test was for a client who was looking for a 2 gigabits per second capacity. And here it is. So they are getting 2 gigabits per second on downlink and 520 Mbps on uplink. These are real live tests from the ground. So that was a small area. You might ask me a question, what about the long distances? What about the harsh environment? What about the rain, effect of rain and everything? So this is another project that we did for Red Sea Global. Each link, that these red lines that are going from the mainland to the island, are around 4.1, 4.2 kilometer links. These are all working in parallel with each other. Each link has 2 gigabits capacity, which they are taking up there. And here within the island, we're creating point to multi-point sites to connect these all different offices, facilities, housing societies, the what you call offices, etc. So these links have been working for around now 2 years. And a test for any wireless technology is to test it over the sea, over the water, because there you will feel there is environmental effects like high humidity, rain, also ducting, which is very difficult for any wireless networks to cater. So these all links are working, providing 2.193 Mbps on downlink, 2.193 Mbps on uplink. Why? Because this is a TDD based technology, not FDD, and it's a 4.1 kilometer link. Similarly, we have tried and tested a link is working. I think I should add it in my slide deck, which is 7.8 kilometers over the sea, and it is also for Red Sea Global. So, which shows you the reliability and capability of our technology. This is a bit more Another project that we did for Red Sea Global, because they have different islands across their kingdom. And this is the Four Seasons hotels, all their clients, people who are living there, people who are paying lavish amount of money for their one night stay in these hotels, Grand Hyatt, Fayana. They are all being provided connectivity using our technology. This is one project that in Haram that I was talking about that we did for the CCTV connectivity. So, I mean, this is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to take a breather, take a sip of a coffee, and ask you if you have any questions, what else you want me to cover, and how do we move forward. So, I'm giving the floor back to you. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
No, no, no. Yes, yes.
It will be problem. Anything which is operating from 1.8 gigahertz onwards, it will only work in line of sight. The moment you bring an obstruction in between, it is going to start giving you problems. Why? Yes, you need to get line of sight. Wavelength, it's not our technology. See, it's not our technology's limitation. It's the limitation of science. So air fiber, wave gig is the same thing. It's just that, yes, it's just that we call them by different names as where we are going. So when we are talking about, it's categories of the. So when we are talking about as a tier, we have two models. We have a model where we only provide the radios. Okay, we call it air fiber. And then when we provide the complete services around it, we do the managed services and everything, then we call it the wave gig. This is just for our internal. It's the same thing. Hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, but what the added value يعني خلينا مستر خليني بس أسأل الميزة التنافسية الموجودة بالجهاز ما هي الميزة التنافسية الموجودة بالجهاز عن الأجهزة الأخرى والمنتجات الأخرى؟
Yeah, 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 I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Okay, very good question actually. Okay, let me explain it, break down. Okay, I think I'm gonna move out of this and create this is better explained by talking to you rather than putting a slide. So I'm gonna start writing. Okay, so number one, we're going to segregate. This is ISM band, 5 gigahertz. All right. In 5 gigahertz, your channel sizes are around 20, 40, 80 megahertz. 5 gigahertz has both the products which are in point to point and in point to multipoint. But their capacity is limited to 400 to 500 Mbps. And if they say a very big shot, they can go to 1 gigabits per second. But this band, it has so much interference that you cannot operate on 80 gigahertz. So a good reliable connectivity that you can get is 200 to 400 Mbps of a connectivity on a point to multipoint. All right. A unit cost of this radio for a sector controller, it is going to be expensive than ours. It is going to be minimum because they will need antenna separately, they will need cable separately, they will need the licenses separately. So the overall cost of the system is going to be very high. So this is one. I'm not going vendor to vendor, I'm going frequency to frequency. Then there comes the K band. K band, which starts from 6 gigahertz, goes up to 23 gigahertz. This band you will not find point to multipoint at all. You will find PTP. These links can go up to 2.5 gigabits per second, but they will be point to point only, no point to multipoint. Secondly, when you are talking about 2.5 gigabits, that means that you will need 2 plus 0 kind of a configuration, which means you will have to buy two radios, you will have to buy two different frequencies licenses and use them as XPEG on a multi-band antenna and then run it. So no point to point to multi-point at all, only point to point. So if you start installing 1 to 2 or 4 or 5 links, let's say of 500 Mbps, then you will need to buy for 5 links, you need to buy 10 radios because it's point to point, and then you have to get the what you call you have to pay the tower infrastructure for 10 radios rather than one. And this thing for us can be done by our one radio itself. So then there comes V band, which is us. We do, which is V band, which is 60 gigahertz, we call it. We do PTP plus we do PMP. And if you look at the capacity differences, where is 500 Mbps or 1 gigabits per second, and where is, sorry, it's 3 gigabits our case, 3 gigabits per second in out of one radio. So we are providing higher capacity than anybody else, and we are providing you both point to point, point to multi-point. So number one, it's because we are we are now expanding, so our price modelings are very good than anybody else right now, and our services offerings are really good. After us comes E-band, and E-band is a link which goes up to 10 to $20,000. It can give you up to 10 gigabits per second, but it's limited range up to 2 kilometers. In our case, we are the only technology which can do PTP, PMP, and up to 10 kilometers 10 kilometers range with 3 gigabits capacity. So we are quite unique. Number four is the commercial sense. In the commercial sense, what we can do is that, because we have very nice what you call commercial models where we can definitely we partner with our partners in different countries, and we make it easy and reduce their overall capex to start kick off their networks. So does this answer your question? What else? Nobody is asking you questions. Seems like you guys don't like me much. Okay.
Mhm.
But can I ask you, can I tell you something more? Can I tell you something more insight before you go to that? So, I just came to Saudi Arabia. Okay. And I was in Oman before. In Oman, there was fiber everywhere because very small city, Muscat. Saudi Arabia is huge, big. It has a lot of population, a lot of infrastructure. Installing fiber is very difficult. So when I came here and I started asking for the enterprise connectivity, dedicated internet links pricing, they were extremely expensive. The best ISP in Saudi Arabia, specifically to the business connectivity, the lowest prices, that was extremely, even that was extremely high. And the reason was this, that for any dedicated link, imagine this is your tower, they have to install a radio on top of it. I'm just using our radio. Please don't take it wrong. This is not our radio. We changed it. So, I mean, they were not installing our radio. So they have to install the radio. So they have to buy this radio from NEC, Ericsson, Huawei, or somebody. And this used to cost a lot. This used to cost a lot. And then to install it on top of this tower, that used to cost a lot. So it used to be a lot of money monthly that they have to pay to the tower guys. Hence, their overall package for dedicated internet access was really high. Now, when Zain, I can talk about, when the moment they took our technology, their initial investment to buy the radio, it dropped by 10 per times. Then, because they don't need to install big antennas, big towers, it's a small 1 foot, maybe less than 1 foot, 700 centimeters, 700 centimeter probably radio. So the overall cost of deploying it on the tower, it reduced. Number two, number three, rather than installing one radio per client, so they can use this radio for four, five, six clients in that area. So further reduce their prices. And now when I see the DIA pricing, it is way, way more attractive than 6 months ago. So they're killing the market because of our technology right now. Okay, now, sorry, now your question. Yes. So they are, see, now our way is a bit different because we are the vendors, right? So we have two models within Saudi Arabia. That number one, that ISPs, they have their own towers, they have their own agreements with the tower infrastructure. So some cases they have base stations on top of the high rising buildings. Some cases they use the towers. So now what you can do is when you find your area where you want to give the coverage, then the number one thing will be to see if there is a very high tower there. No, then you can easily install our radios on the buildings within a city. Within a city. Now I've never been to Syria, so I don't know. But in Oman, in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia, and in Pakistan, no, 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 no. Electricity towers, you cannot. No, no, they're not. So what do they do is like within the city, to be honest, because if the buildings are very high, so sometimes you don't get a lot of line of sight. So it's better that you go on the top of the building or you find a tower there and you negotiate with them that our radio does not cost much. It doesn't use a lot of size. So your cost for that tower is gonna be less. Or else you can install it on the tower, on a building, sorry, on a building. And from the building to building, you can repeat just like this here. Uh, where is it? Sorry, let me find that thing here. Just like this. You set up one building, and from the building, you start connecting the sites that you have line of sight to. And line of sight doesn't mean that it has to be 40, 50, 60 meter tower. Like for example, if you have radio on one of the 2 or 4 story building and rest of the other offices or buildings around it are 3 or 4 story, then definitely you have line of sight. There's nobody it's just beyond those buildings you will have issue, and you can actually use those buildings as a repeater. No, 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 no effect. No effect. I mean, we have our lab in our, that effect is on different frequencies. That effect is, see this frequency, if you put a paper in between, from 5 gigahertz onwards, you put a paper in between, there will be no penetration. Okay, there's a length, you put your hand in between, there will be no penetration. So how is it gonna go to your inside your body and create any kind of a problem for you? I think 5G and 4G and 3G, they have more penetration. They can penetrate through walls. So they are more skeptical of doing anything in our body than this frequency.
The attenuation is extremely high at 60 gigahertz. So don't worry
It's a
about this.
very high frequency. We have so many radios in our office. Inshallah, once you come and visit us, we have some links which are we are testing in our like terrace of our office. So, and I am every day smoking next to it, having coffee next to it. So far, Alhamdulillah, I am very healthy.
I think I
Sorry. No, I'm okay. So now I want to know, this is the whole like technology overview that we've given you. Now, what is the next step? What else you want to know? So that's where I hand it over to Mustafa.
the next step. 1 minute. I think I understood only 40-30% from this presentation. So inshallah, I need Mr. Mustafa. After that,
Okay.
we re-explain
Sure.
that.
Khalas,
Later.
Mustafa is all yours. Mustafa is yours. Mustafa, you want you have these slides with you?
Yeah, share it with me, please. Share it with me.
Okay, I will just
إذا
share it with
وقتكم ما
you.
يسمح
You start
ممكن ناخذ
sharing
وقت
it.
آخر يعني.
You give it in Arabic. Just sorry, I will just stop this and share it. Allah. No, mashallah.
No
والله
issues. No issues.
سوريا عندنا في سوريا عندنا مشكله بالانجليزي. احنا عندنا القوميه العربيه عرف
لا
الانجليزي.
I have to
لا،
apologize to you. I'm
قضيه
here.
لكن
I should be the one speaking English, but I don't. I'm sorry. It's my bad. Arabic. I should learn Arabic very fast.
اوكي.
There you
حبيبي،
go. So
ما عندك
I've
مشكلة.
shared it
أي
with
سؤال؟
Mustafa.
learn Arabic
Mustafa
Mr.
can go
Taimur.
through. Inshallah.
Okay,
Inshallah. Shoya.
إن شاء الله.
All right. So Mustafa,
Okay.
it's with you. I am
Yeah,
making
I will open
the-
it now. Okay, just 1 minute.
But this, okay, so gentlemen, this meeting might drop off in 10 minutes, but you can rejoin the same link. Okay. So I will let, I think Mustafa, you can share your screen now.
Yeah, just 1 minute. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Taimur. We understand everything.
Alhamdulillah. Very good. Thank you.
Thank
Share
you.
my screen.
But I want your feedback on my technology too. What do you think? How is it? Did you talk to anybody else so far? Where do you rank it? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
كخطة مستقبلية.
ايش الخطة من طرفكم؟ يعني حابين كيف تتوسع؟ ايش الخطوة الجاية؟ كيف ممكن نساعدكم؟
Hello.
لا الصوت واضح. هو عمار معنا موجود حاليا. الخطة انه اذا في فيديوهات تكون للتركيب مثلا نستفاد منها.
نعم؟ الصوت مش واضح بس شوي.
اذا الفيديوهات تكون موجودة.
فيديو؟ يس اكيد.
اذا في فيديوهات
وانا
عن التعليم.
اتصور بعد اذنكم انه احنا
تفضل.
حنحتاج حصه كمان تدريبيه عمليه يعني بالاجهزه مباشره.
بالضبط.
وان شاء الله انا برتب معاكم على موضوع الاجهزه كمان، ناخذ على عينات الاجهزه عشان نقدر ناخذها هناك ونعتمدها ايضا في سوريا، لان في مواد طويل في موضوع التراخيص. نحتاج هذه الخطوه ان شاء الله، لكن يهمنا كمان المهندسين يكونوا اتقنوا طريقه التركيب وفهموا الموضوع كامل، لانه حيكون في هناك تجربه من اشتراطاتهم انه نسوي بايلوت هناك، تجربه في احد المواقع في سوريا ان شاء الله.
طيب خلاص ما عندك
ان
مشكله.
شاء الله.
يعني ممكن نعمل الميتنج في وقت ثاني عادي اذا انتم حابين جلسه ثانيه، او لو حابين تسالوا الان اي سؤال يعني اللي انتم عايزينه.
ما في مشكله.
اذا في اي اسئله يا شباب مو واضحه مثلا يعني خذ راحتكم، يعني اهم شيء الاهم المعرفه يعني. اتفضل.
والله يعني شوف، اعتقد الموضوع مش صعب ابدا، يعني ممكن ساعتين 3 او اقل يعني. الموضوع يكون جدا سهل، حتى ممكن نعمل شير حتى للداتا شيتس والباوربوينتس، خليهم يراجعوها، وعندهم اي سؤال عادي يرجعوا لنا مباشره.
بالضبط الصح.
اعتقد عشان نسوي العمليه الثانيه.
وما بقي شيء اظن مبدئيا، صح؟ يمكن خلص البرزنتيشن.
ما عندكم مشكله، حابين بكره حاضرين برضو عادي الوقت اللي يناسب.
بكره ان شاء الله.
خلاص
ما في مشكله. اوكي تمام باذن الله.
لا هو جمعه. خلاص بكره الوقت يناسبكم الساعه كم؟
Gentlemen, I have a question for you, please. I'm sorry. It's the same question that you asked earlier, that about your plan. So do you have any specific area that you've identified where you want to start your services? Because it's going to help us build the RF plan for you, do the whole coverage analysis. And, so we know how to start, where to start from, and then build from there.
We have action plan already.
Can you share it with us so I know? Yeah.
About إن المنطقة الآن، إحنا المنطقة الآن حنجربها التجربة الأولى. طبعا إحنا نأخذ موافقتهم بمحافظة بدمشق طبعا، وفي محافظة القنيطرة، في منطقتين إحنا موجودة عندنا، في دمشق وفي محافظة. الشغل الأساسي حنبدأ إن شاء الله بدمشق، يعني حتى هذا التركيز الأولي حيكون بدمشق.
طيب سؤال بس معلش المعذرة، اللينكات هي راح تكون بوينت تو بوينت ولا بوينت مالتي بوينت؟ ويعني أماكن السايتات عشان برضو نعمل لكم بلان سيميوليشن، نشوف كيف راح يكون أداء اللينكات. بوينت تو بوينت، ممتاز.
أنا رأيي قد ما نقدر إحنا نجرب أكثر من نقطة، يعني حيكون تست جيد في البداية، ونحاول نظهر المزايا التنافسية الموجودة في الأجهزة، يعني هذا الهدف.
طيب هو تست للترافيك ولا راح يكون تست لخدمات معينة؟ يعني هل هو ك باك هولينج ولا كترافيك انه مثلا راح نوصل للسرعات المعينة؟ ايش الخدمات اللي راح تعملها تست يعني؟
اشوف هو حتى تكون في الصورة. احنا اصلا اوريدي عندنا الفايبر في سوريا اصلا في مشكلة، وهم شغالين على مشروع كبير في مد كابل بحري جديد حتى يحلوا هذه المشكلة. فأصل الفايبر أصلا فيه مشكلة، لكنه يعني يمشي الحال. فيبقى الإشكال الثاني اللي هو عدم وصوله لكل الناس، أو عدم وصوله لبعض الجهات، بعض الكاستمرز، الجهات الحكومية، بعض الشركات اللي تطلب. فاللي حاصل أعطيك مثال، يعني بعض الشركات جالسة تمدد هي على حسابها فايبر، فبالتالي داخلة في كوست عالي. جالسة يوم تتمدد فايبر مثلا يمكن يكلفها 20-30 ألف دولار كتمديد. لانه الحكومه ما هي صراحه مهيئه انه توصل الفايبر. فهذول
احيانا راح يكون في صعوبه
اللي
حتى
عندنا
في الديبلويمنت يعني.
صحيح. فهو احنا الهدف انه احنا نوصل لمنطقه ما وصل فيها الفايبر، ونجرب هذه التجربه، نعمل هذه التجربه حتى يعني يصير في تصريح وموافقه على الاجهزه وعلى.
طيب خلاص، اشوف انه افضل حل انه ممكن تعملوا شير للسيتات اللي انتم حابين نعمل فيها التست والاكسبكتد كي بي ايز يعني بالنسبه لكم، وبس ممكن نعمل التست كبي او سي.
تمام.
ما في مشكله خلاص، ما في مشكله. خلاص تيمور, they are asking for a meeting tomorrow inshallah to explain more details about our technology.
Okay, good enough. Mustafa, you will be able to manage it?
inshallah.
Perfect. Good.
Okay. يعطيكم العافيه جميعا.
طيب خلينا نقول انه حيكون ان شاء الله للتواصل معكم دكتور ركان، اخونا دكتور ركان هو ضابط التواصل عشان ينسق ويكون متواصل معك باذن الله عز وجل.
ان شاء الله.
خلاص على خير ان شاء الله.
وزودوا بالارقام الكامله. يعطيكم العافيه، في امان الله. شكرا جميعا. Thank you Mr. Engineer Taimur. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
يعطيكم العافيه، تشرفنا جميعا. يعطيكم العافيه.
شكرا شباب، شكرا عمر ومصطفى.
هلا
مرحبا، الله يعافيك.